Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. Happy Sunday evening. And I was gonna make a video, just video-wise, but I decided I would just go ahead and just go live and just kind of show this. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Yeah, so I am gonna talk a little bit about my experience with Visible Wireless up until this point, and also the return to Metro by T-Mobile and using their services. But before I get into all that, I have a lot of people that's questioning the method for the Google Pixel 2 XL running on Visible. And I thought I would go ahead and just kind of show that it does work, right? So there it is, Visible. You guys see Visible. All right. Now, I am going to go ahead and go into the native dialer and dial my Metro number. There. All right, so it's ringing. Hello? Hello? So there you have it. Visible is working on the Pixel 2 XL. And I know some people that commented that video, they were like, Visible on Twitter says it doesn't support the Pixel 2 or 2 XL. And I know, if you were just to straight pop your SIM in here and sign into your Visible account, it won't work, right? There's just like this little extra step that you have to do in order to get it functional on your Pixel 2 XL. First off is you're gonna have to reset the network settings, right? So not resetting the entire device, just reset the network settings. So because the Pixel 2 XL doesn't get any more security patches, it won't break the connection for Visible, since there's nothing to update. Yes, it's a bummer because you're not getting any security patches from Google anymore, but it's on the plus side because it's not breaking your connection if you were to do this and get Visible working on your Pixel 2 XL, if that's what you want to do. So you go into system, when you go to settings, you go into system settings, hit advanced, hit reset options, right? And it's the very top one, reset Wi-Fi, mobile, and Bluetooth. You're gonna hit that, you're gonna reset it, right? Once you do that, you're gonna make sure the Visible SIM is not in the phone. And once you reset that, you're gonna power cycle the phone, you're gonna turn it off, turn it back on. Now, when you turn it back on, if you have the Visible app already on your Pixel 2 XL or your Pixel 2, delete it. And of course, there's not going to be any connection whatsoever, right? So you could delete the app. You would have to reinstall the app. So sign back into your Wi-Fi. So that way you have Wi-Fi connection on your phone. But do not put the SIM in just yet. Once you sign back into your Wi-Fi, you go into the Play Store, you download the Visible app. Once it's downloaded, open the app, but do not sign in just yet. So when you open the app, you'll get greeted with that screen that says, sign in, and just above it, it'll say activate. Activate is what you're gonna push, not sign in, but activate. So you hit activate, it's gonna have your login credentials spots opened up, put in your email, put in your password. Do not hit activate just yet. You take the SIM, put in the SIM tray, pop it in, and not long after you pop it into your phone, then hit activate, and it will activate the service on your Pixel 2 XL. You'll know that it works because, one, I mean, you'll see LTE, but even if it didn't work, you'll still see LTE. So the only way you really test it is by doing a phone call or sending a text message natively, right? So not from, Google Voice, but natively. Your calls, your text should go through. Your RCS should connect in Android Messages or Google Messages, whatever it's called now. And then you're good to go. You have visible service on here. It'll be just fine. It's not going to break connection unless you do something weird like delete the Visible app or you reset the network settings again for some apparent reason. It will then break the connection. You'd have to go through that whole cycle again just to get it working. Yeah, it's a lot of steps to get it working. However, there are some people that, they may have upgraded and they have visible service as a burner line, and they have a Pixel 2 XL, and they want the native text and phone calls working. I've told people before, if you don't really care for the native phone calls and the native text, you just have like the visible account just as like a backup line, you can always just use Google Voice and do voice over internet calling and messaging that way. And then you don't have to worry about having to go through all these steps. But these steps is only in place for those people who want native calls and native text messaging working on the Pixel 2 XL with visible service. That's how you do it. So again, I wasn't jerking anybody's chain. I know I did a demo in that video showing people that. And I did a demo on this live stream showing people that it works. Did a phone call from it. So yes, in fact, you still can get the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL and the Pixel 1 and 1 XL working the exact same way. That's how you do it. Of course, Visible Care on Twitter is not going to recommend it because it's not simple plug and play, right? They can't validate it because it's going against what their system should and should not allow. All right, that's just like the same thing as going to Google and saying, hey, I flashed a custom ROM on my Pixel 2 XL and brought it to Android 12. Fix my phone. They're not going to, because they're like, hey, you put something on there that wasn't supposed to be on there. Apple Snapple is delicious. In a giant Hershey's mug. I know. I've been using that cup lately. But anyways, yeah, so, it's been cool on there. I have Visible on the Pixel 2 XL. I have Metro in the OnePlus Nord N10. So let's just kind of start off with Visible. Just like, how has my service been with Visible? And so far, it's been pretty good. I've used it on other devices that, it is compatible with. So my Pixel 3, my 3A, my 4, my 4A, my Pixel 5. It works just fine. I'm using it in all those phones. And recently today, stuck it back in the Pixel 2 XL. I'm going to use it in here for a while and just leave my other phone just kind of like in the drawer. I was using the Pixel 3 and the 3A for a little bit and dropped my video last night about it and gave my thoughts, using the 3 and the 3A. And I'm using the Pixel 2 and it's really no hindrance either. I mean, yes, it's not Android 12 on it. That's totally okay. I'm not going to die that I don't have the Material U UI interface and any of that stuff. It's nice to have. It is cool to look at. What's up, Baby Yoda? But it's not a necessity. Like, I don't have to have it. You know what I mean? So since the 2XL is on Android 11, it's going to be just fine. The Nord N10 just got Android 11 a month ago, and it's working just fine too. So, hey, what's up, Porky? So yeah, these are two of the phones that I have, and then the lowest mobile line is in the Pixel 3A. So yeah, I mean, the Pixel 3A has Android 12, so if I really want to fiddle with Android 12, I just use the Pixel 3A. Carrying all three phones with me on a daily. I mean, yeah, I really should just cut down to just like 2 phones or even just 1 phone. But I mean, two is good. 3 is like kind of quite a bit. So usually one of the phones is going to end up staying home. Obviously I'm not all gung-ho on the referrals, and that's just because of what happened to me from Visible prior, what Visible did to me. regarding the early referral program where I racked up a huge amount of credit. And again, after some thought, after being calm for a while and having some thought and being away from their service, I didn't have to deal with them. I understand. They literally were looking at my account and they were making absolutely no money off of me at all. They hadn't made money off of me in 2 years, So, it makes sense that, they'd be like, okay, you know what, we're going to deactivate his account. And if he still wants his account, he'll call back and get it reinstated, but we don't have to reinstate the $285 credit that he still had on his account, and if he tries to get it back, we'll just give him the runaround. Like, I get it. It sucks. It is bad that they did that, but I get it. They weren't making any money off of me. Like, I was literally having a free account, and I would have continued to have a free account. Like, if they never did what they did to my first account that I got with them, then what would actually have happened is that I would have had Visible service for free for another 2 years. So I would have had 4 years of service free on them because I was getting the party paid discount, and then I was getting the referral credits that I had racked up. In the first year that I had Visible, when I tested it out for them, like when they approached me on, sent me an email and asked me if I'd like to get a free month of service and do review videos on Visible, and I agreed. So, do you still? Yeah, I still play on Stadia. I still do. As a matter of fact, I have recently got one of these. I don't think I saw the unboxing, but the Chromecast with Google TV. So I play on my TV most of the time now. Sad thing is I can't live stream. So I can't set up a live stream while I'm playing on the TV. The only way I can live stream gameplay is through my Pixelbook or on my phone if I play it on my phone. But yeah, that's how I've been playing. So actually I should put that box over here on this side. It'd be kind of cool. Put it on top of the Stadia box behind here. And just go like that. Yeah, that looks good. You guys can't see it, but it looks cool. My green Android figure, the black one, and the panda one. Of course, I have kids though, so they kind of damaged them. I kind of feel bad. The panda Android's missing its antennas, both sides is gone. So I kind of feel bad. Kids, they get a hold of these things. And then my black tatted one, he's missing one of his antennas. He's got the other one. Gotta love kids. The other one that still has both his antennas is the original green one, but my son did kind of bend it, and I'm kind of afraid to try and bend it back in place. Otherwise, I think I might snap it off. So I just leave it, and yeah, he's the only one that is still in decent condition. So all his limbs are still they're still pretty stiff. So anyways, yeah, they're all racked up behind. You need to go back to Visible, Ray? It's not bad. It's decent. Its speeds is decent. I've been posting on Twitter. I really need to post these speed tests onto the Reddit page. I made 3 Reddit communities that I need to focus on. Just kind of moving away from like multiple places, and I still got to do a video for the Reddit page also because I'm supposed to be uploading like exclusive content to the Reddit page. If you guys want to follow it, the link is in the description. There's 2 links. There's one specific, for Aloha Android. There's one that I created for Pixel A fans. So like those are fans of the A series. And I created a new one, which is just for like Pixel content, stuff like that, Mr. Pixel. But yeah, the main one that I use mostly out of all of them is going to be Aloha Android. So if you guys want to follow that community on Reddit, the link is in the description. I got to post more video content on there because I said I'd specifically do that. But yeah, I've posted speed tests on Twitter with Visible, and I've been using NPerf just because I'm hearing that Ookla is kind of fudging the speed test results. So let me do a speed test right now with the Pixel 2 XL on Visible, and yeah, this is an older phone, so don't be expecting 150 megabits per second downloads. You got to think, old modem, old antennas, old phone. But let's see what it can do. And you know what? I'll just run a full benchmark test. So that's, you know, speed tests, and then having it test like the streaming and like different resolutions. So it goes like, you know, 480p, 720p. All right. So as you can see, 4G LTE advanced, visible, Verizon network. All right, let's do the full benchmark. I'll put the phone down right now. Just let it do its thing. You guys can kind of hear the signal interference because of the phone. That's crazy. Wow, my mic is picking up the signal interference from the phone just because it's, you know, downloading and uploading. I gotta tell you, on this test, what I've just seen so far while it's still running, the downlink is kind of on the poor side, but I'm kind of surprised the uplink was a lot higher than the downlink. I love Apple Snapple. Slightly dealing. Fetching videos for the video stream. So it's gonna start with 360p first. It's gonna move to 720p and then 1080p. I kind of trust NPerf. Hey, what's up, Matt? What's going on? I do have Google Fi. I have Google Fi and the Pixel 4a. I have five actually. 5 services right now. The Total Wireless line and Los Mobile, that's from Carlos. Then I have Google Fi, Visible, and Metro by T-Mobile. No, 6. Q-Link. I have the Q-Link line. All right, so it's loading results. And this is inside my apartment. I've told you guys, I don't get good signal here in my apartment at all. I think this is a UFO landing site. All right, so that's the result. The score is right there, right? We got 1.86 on the down, 9.28 on the up. The latency is always going to be high, 128 milliseconds, right? Streaming, it classes it at 46%, 46.01. So it's kind of on the low side. Browsing is going to be average at 52.49%. All right. And so follow my Reddit page for Aloha Android community on Reddit, and I'm going to post more speed test results doing full benches all around my city so you guys can see. Even though it's 1.8 megabits on the down, I'll tell you guys right now, for me, the stats play a minor role in what I think, but I can watch YouTube videos. It may not be in 1080p or in 4K, but I can watch YouTube videos without having to connect to the BS, you know, Cox Internet Wi-Fi. So that's the plus. Now as far as Metro gave me a month for $5 just because I reconnected the SIM card. It shows 5G here, but it's not actually really 5G in my apartment. As I said, a UFO must have landed here. Maybe that movie, was it Phoenix Forgotten, where those kids got abducted by aliens? Maybe it happened right here where these apartments were built. Or just, you know, the structure of this apartment just probably makes for bad signal connection. But anyways, so here we are. This is on the OnePlus Nord. We have, I hate the OnePlus when it does that. Right, so Metro by T-Mobile, T-Mobile network, 5G, non-standalone. All right, so we'll run the benchmark plus speed test. This one's actually doing a little bit better than Visible, but I mean, and like I said, like I guess the reason why that like NPerf is the one that I kind of really trust more than Ookla is because when I ran Ookla before, it gave me like 150 down inside this apartment, and that's just I'm not feeling that. Like I don't trust it. All right, so now it's doing the web browsing benchmark testing. So it's testing Google. It's now testing Facebook. It's going to test Amazon, Zoom, and then Wikipedia. And then I'll start testing video streaming and 360p, 720p, 1080, I think, or I might do 480, 720, and 1080. But we'll see right now. So it did Zoom timed out, so that's not good. Anyways, close this ad right here. So it's doing 360p video right now, so it's benchmarking it, and then I'll do 720 and 1080. Performance rate for 360p 94.02%. Initial loading is 0.637 seconds. Data use 1,000 kilobytes. And it's loading results now. All right, so these are the results for Metro by T-Mobile on NPerf, right? So we got 40.33 megabits per second on the down, 26.38 on the up. Latency was at 69 milliseconds. The score was 42,302 endpoints. Streaming was at 31.34%. I think that's lower than visible. Hold on. Yeah, it is. Visible was 46.01% on the streaming performance, with Metro 31.34%. Browsing on Metro was a 61.55%. Visible was 52.49%. Right. So those are the initial benchmarks. Of course, visible at 12,052 endpoints, 42,302 endpoints on NPerf on Metro. So those are just, like the benchmark speed tests and everything like that with NPerf. Well, what's up? What's going on? Visible versus Total Wireless. So my daughter's using the Total Wireless line right now, and she's online playing. I think she's playing Roblox. But I'll tell you right now, LTE, so not 5G, but just LTE. So visible LTE versus Total Wireless LTE, it's pretty much about the same, at least in here. Maybe one day, or maybe tomorrow, because the missus is off. The kids will be at school, so maybe we gotta take care of some stuff. So maybe I can take those phones around and just compare them, running speed tests one by one. So not running them at the same time, but just running one and then running one after, and then showing the results. Maybe I'll do that and probably put a video together on that. What's up, Gene? What's going on? B-Tech, what's up? What's going on? So other than that, yeah. But like I said, visible works on the Pixel 2 XL. I don't care what anyone says. If you didn't follow my instructions on that video on how to get it working on the Pixel 2 XL, go back, stop skipping through the video, watch the whole thing from beginning to end, and you'll get it. It's not that hard. Reset the network settings. Do not have the visible SIM in the phone. Delete the visible app off the Pixel 2 XL. Restart the phone. Connect the phone to your Wi-Fi by signing into your Wi-Fi, because you've resetted the network settings, so Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and network have been resetted. So reconnect to your Wi-Fi, get it on. Put the SIM card on the tray. Do not stick it into the phone till the very last minute. Go to the Play Store, download the Visible app. When you got the Visible app downloaded, open the app. It's going to bring you to the home page of the Visible app. On the top, it's going to say activate. You're going to click that. It's going to open up your login credentials, put in your email, your password. Before you hit activate, take the SIM tray with the visible SIM, pop it into your phone and hit activate at the same time, and then let it do its thing. And you too, in fact, will have visible working on your Pixel 2 XL. Besides the data, you will have the native calling and the native texting. And that's how it's done. Just ran a speed test on NPerf on Sprint device, SIM and network, band 26, with 40.05 megabits on the down and 11.57 megabits on the up. It's cool. But yeah, I just kind of want to emphasize that, because I got, comments are held for me to review. And there were so many comments where people were just like, I was FOS, I was lying, yada, yada, yada. Nah. All right. Like I said. Right there in the corner. Visible. Okay. Native dialer, right? So it's not good. It's not Google Fi. Okay. Native dialer. I will call my Metro line. It's working. If you didn't do it right, what would happen if you didn't do it right, setting up the visible SIM on the Pixel 2 XL, what would happen is that you would make a phone call, the LTE icon would disappear, it would sit in limbo, no sound, and then you would hear that doo-doo-doo, which means that it couldn't connect, and the dial app would go away, you'd be back at your home screen, and then like 3 seconds later, the LTE would pop back on. When you send a text message, right? Sent. Just now. Sent. Okay. If you try to send it and it wasn't working, it would continuously have those dots just going and going and going, trying to load. That's that. Visible works. Works on the Pixel 2 XL. Works on the Pixel 2. It will work on the Pixel 1 and the 1 XL. If you do exactly like I said and follow those directions as I said, you will get it on there. I don't know why it's just not compatible with Visible. It was supposed to be, but there were too many issues. And so Visible just decided to say that the Pixel 2 and the Pixel 2 XL is not compatible with their network. So they weren't allowing people to activate them. As a matter of fact, there were people that had Pixel 2 XLs and they weren't working on Visible. And I should have done this back then, but people were reporting their phones not working. So what Visible ended up doing was they sent people Pixel 3As as an apology for the Pixel 2 XLs not working on Visible. Like several people that I know, they chatted with Visible support for days and days. I think on the third day, Visible's like, we're gonna take care of it. And so they confirmed the customer's address. And then the very next day, because they overnighted it, the very next day, they got a FedEx package from Visible, and inside of it was the Pixel 3A. I was like, wow, how crazy is that? Y'all got Pixel 3As for free. And they didn't have to give their Pixel 2 XLs. I didn't take advantage of that because when I got the Visible line, I had the Pixel 3A already, and I had the Pixel 3. Both worked. Both still work on Visible. Yeah. So anyways, I'm kind of feeling a little bit better. I'm taking some drugs. The generic version of Mucinex. I've been taking that for the last couple days. And then I got some, the hell, where'd it go? Yeah, these cough medicines. Stop the cough. Because, yeah, I caught a cold. I don't have the virus. I got tested. My results were negative. I just caught a cold. That's just because my lady caught a cold. She panicked. She went and got tested too, and her results came back negative. So she caught a cold. And, you know, obviously we lay in the same bed. We sleep next to each other. And so I got sick. And so, like, it was really hard too, man. Like, I felt so bad because Sneed invited me on his live stream on Friday, and I was happy to be on there. Like, but at the same time too, I was like, man, no one wants to hear me like cough up a lung. So I was always constantly shutting off the camera and the microphone so I can like cough without disrupting the live. And yeah, that's why like during the live stream, there was always times where I would just like disappear because I was coughing up a lung. And Sneed felt bad. He was like, he told me like we could do it another time, but I told him, you know what? I already told people I was going to be on this live stream. I said I was going to be there. Yeah, we didn't get to the Pixels like, you know, we planned to, but there's always time for that in the future. I'm going to be joining him on live streams down the road here soon. Doing more collaborations with him. And, but yeah, you know, it was just hard. So that's why I was like, it seemed like I was kind of out of it. Don't tell me the live stream's gonna start crashing right now. I should have used Los Mobile to stream this. There it goes. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, I know on this live stream I kind of looked out of it, and that was just because like I took medicine. So I was just kind of a little dazed and confused and luckily my kids were like kind of texting me during that live stream to kind of keep me like to snap out of my awkwardness. Otherwise, I probably would have been awkward the entire 2.5 hours. But yeah, I appreciate Sneed for putting up with me on that live stream. That was kind of funny. But yeah, I'm feeling just a little bit better. Still have the cough, the fever's gone, and yeah, the congestion's gone too. I can breathe through my nose and everything, so that's always good. Other than that, I'm just enjoying this apple Snapple. Snapple's good. How many of you guys used to be like really addicted to Snapple back in the day when it had like more flavors? Yeah, on his live stream, I was listening a lot to what him and Pete were saying. And yeah, just try not to hack up a lung. I was kind of paying attention. I was like paying attention to my breathing because if I started wheezing, I didn't want that caught on the mic and I was going to mute the microphone. So it's like I'm listening to them talk. I'm trying to follow along with what they're saying. And then I'm listening to myself breathe. And I was just slightly in and out of it. So I'm still sick right now. But I'm getting over it little by little. So shout out to my lovely lady. And I felt more bad for her than me because she was sick on her birthday. Her birthday was this Friday. She was sick on her birthday and she went to work. So I felt more bad for her than myself. Nah. Yeah. I didn't put out any invites. I'm not planning to stay on very long. I just came to talk a little bit about Visible, a little bit about Metro. Show people that Visible works on my Pixel 2 XL for those leaving me those comments that were held talking about I don't know what I'm doing and I'm BSing everybody and I'm FOS and all this other stuff. Like, dude, I don't put videos on YouTube to BS anybody. I don't jerk anybody's chain. I mean, I could understand them getting mad if I was like, I have the method to help you get Visible working on your Pixel 2 and 2 XL. But you got to pay me $10 for me to tell you how to do it. Like, yeah, then I can see people getting mad if it didn't work for them. But I mean, I gave this info out for free, right? My tutorial on it is free. Like, come on. I'm not going to jerk people's chain. I was just going to go live and send you a link, but I see you're live now. Yeah, I'm actually going to hit the hay here pretty soon because I got to get up early. The kiddos got school tomorrow. They got school all this coming week. Next weekend will be a little bit more of a time for me to rest too because I'll get 3 days. But I got to get them up early because they live out of district from their school. So they, I have to get up super earlier than usual to get them up earlier than usual. So that way they can get their ride to school because I didn't want to put them into school here in the district that I live in. First of all, this neighborhood is really, really, really bad. I mean, where I live at is really bad. Bad. Like, I think a couple of weeks ago, there was a person killed on the corner of the street that I live at. That's how bad this area is. I don't live in the good part of Phoenix. I live in the bad part. Ghetto bird flying twice a night outside. Yeah, so that's why I like, my dogs were living with my sister-in-law. I brought them back here because they're a good 5-star security alarm. They bark at anything. And so when I hear them going off, like I know the way my dogs bark. When they're like just barking like they're playing around, fighting with each other, I know that versus them seeing something that shouldn't be nearby. They bark and they claw the window. And I can hear that. And then I know that somebody's outside. O Block of Chicago bad? I wouldn't say that bad. I would say maybe 60% of that bad, but not exactly 100% like O Block. This area is bad just only because, I mean, it is part of the west side of Phoenix. I mean, anyone that's from here will probably validate it, right? So, like, I'm not going to give my exact point areas, but it is between 19th Ave. It's in between 19th Avenue and 35th Avenue. from Thomas up to Glendale in that big radius, right? There's a lot of people out here that use. I see them every night. Like, sometimes when my lady, because she gets off work late and she's hungry, sometimes if we're not feeling like cooking at home, we'll go take a ride to go pick up something for her to eat. And yeah, dude, it's just bad, man. There's times where I'm just like, I'm watching someone at a red light because I have this feeling they're gonna try to bust through that window and get in. And so, yeah, I got stuff in the car in case I need to poke. Drop the coordinates? No, I'm gonna drop no coordinates to exactly where I'm at. But I'll tell you guys right now, like, Carlos has been here. I was gonna say Carlos got balls. Yeah, he's been here. He's not afraid of this neighborhood at all whatsoever. But that's also because Carlos rolls with weight, so he doesn't really have to worry. But I will always worry because, his car is. It's not Yeah, it's just you'll know when Carlos is in your neighborhood. His car is loud as hell. And of course, I know what he rolls with, and so I'm always like, dude, like, I always go check my window to check his car when it's parked in front of my apartment, just make sure no one's messing with it. But yeah, Carlos has been here. He knows how bad the area is. When are you moving to Texas? Me? I've lived in Texas. I don't think I'm gonna go back to Texas. It's nice. I can't speak for the entire state. First of all, that's a big ass state. But Texas, where I lived at in Northeast Texas area, yeah, it's all right. I just won't go back. Latrell will eventually go. He says Wisconsin forever, but that's just because his Wisconsin peoples might be watching. But on the low, he's probably considering it. I grew up in the hood. It is what it is. Yeah, when I was living in Hawaii, like, Hawaii's got its ghettos. Trust me, it does. And I actually lived in the projects in Hawaii. Grew up around that stuff. I've shared past stories of the dumb things I've done and everything like that, and that's just because of people I clicked up with and what I try to portray myself to be. So I guess to me, like, this stuff doesn't really scare me. But I have kids and everything like that too, so I gotta look out for them. But my kids already know, like, they already know, like, when I tell them, like, get down, they already know, like, to get under their bunk bed. Like, they have a spot to hide that, has a greater chance of them dodging anything in case there's, like, shootouts and stuff like that. Because there was one in the parking lot of my apartment complex several months ago. There was a shootout. You're visiting Texas in October. Yeah, he says he's visiting, Mike. But we know the deal. He's looking at property to buy, and he's gonna low key live in Texas and still claim to be in Wisconsin. No, it's probably the cold medicine that's affecting me right now, giving me the giggles. But I'm just kidding. Besides, Latrell can't leave Wisconsin. He's gonna be the first tech talker, right? He's pushing that hashtag tech talk. So, tech talk, like TikTok, but tech talk. What's up, Blaze? There, I'll put it here. Y'all go to Latrell's channel, and on the last 3 videos that he put up, put this hashtag in there. Put that in there. Put that in Latrell. Go to the channel Ascend Tech. At the last 3 videos he's recently uploaded, in the comments, put that hashtag in there. Y'all do it. If y'all are a real one, y'all rock with me, put that in there. Oh, man. When I saw you put that on Twitter, I'm like, bro, you just promoted it. Yeah, tech talk. Like TikTok, but tech talk, because there's people on TikTok that's pushing the tech side of things. And Latrell dropped a tweet today, and I was like, bro, you just promoted that. Because Latrell's got a lot of people that follow him on YouTube and on Twitter, right? So when you mention something in your tweet, You may be expressing how you're against it, but your followers may be looking at that as a promotion. And so they're going to go and they're going to think that you're on TikTok doing tech videos. And so there it is. You know what I mean? Kenosha isn't set in concrete for me to be here forever, but Madison, Wisconsin, it is a beautiful city. Yeah, there's also San Antonio, Texas. You may like it out there. Remember the Alamo. San Antonio was actually a good spot. I actually went there and on a vacation with my family. We went to SeaWorld in San Antonio. We went and visited the Alamo. We went through the exhibit. We listened to the lady that was there. She told the story of like what happened in the Alamo. I'm like really huge into Westerns and into outlaw stories, right? So the Alamo was like a great experience for me to go. Obviously, that was the last place that Davy Crockett was. He died there. Jim Bowie died there. A lot of American heroes died in that war between Mexico and in the U.S., right? So it was wonderful out there in San Antonio. Did the river walk when we was there. Yeah. And what was it? They had this haunted house. It was really cool. I don't know if you know about it, Mike, but it's in that right where the Alamo's at. You know how it's like a square. I guess it looks like a giant court because you have like 4 roads that circle the Alamo, and there's like all kinds of like restaurants and businesses on the sidewalk area. And there's one that was for the Ripley's Believe It or Not TV show, but it was like Ripley's like it's like a haunted house. You stand outside on the sidewalk on the line, you buy your ticket to get in. When you get in, there's this little like what the hell is it? The best way I can describe it. It's like a cart, like a caged cart that everyone stands in, and it goes up like kind of like it's like a little roller coaster track, but it's not a roller coaster. It maybe goes up like 4 floors at an angle, and when you get to the top, you exit the cart cage, you walk in through the double doors, and you're in the lobby area of this building where this guy tells you this brief story about something that happened inside this place, but they don't know what happened to the owner of the place and what went down. So, you're brought here to go through this haunted house to discover what happened to all the people that's in there. And so you end up going through it. It's like a haunted / fun house. There is absolutely no directions to tell you if you're going the right way or not. You just go room by room by room. I remember towards the end, because everybody was scared. Even I was scared, but they put me to the front of the line. Love my family for that. So I'm like leading the pack. And hey, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, everything's good, Albert. Everything's good. So anyways, yeah, so we get to this one spot and I make a left because there's no arrows to tell you how to get out of there. So I make a left, and this dude dressed up as like ragged up zombie is like coming up to me, and I'm thinking, okay, he's supposed to scare me, right? But then he starts talking. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He puts his hands up, and my natural instinct is to just hit. So when he put his hands up, I just came in and just hit him right in the mask, in the face. He dropped. He was like, "You're going the wrong way, that way, that way." I'm like, I felt so bad. But yeah, so turned back, went the other way, and turned the corner, and then there's this big old exit sign. Like we were that close to the exit. We just, instead of turning left, we should have just turned right, and around the corner would have been the exit, and we would have been done with the haunted house. But it was really cool. San Antonio is a really cool place to visit. If you ever get a chance to, you got to go there. SeaWorld there was lots of fun. Roller coaster rides was cool. I liked the what was it? They had like these domestic pets doing tricks. So like they had like a cat show and a dog show, and like the cats would walk the tightrope over the seating section to the stage, and they would get to the stage and they would do all these tricks, and the dogs would do tricks and stuff like that. It was really cool. But we seen Shamu and the other whales, the other orcas. So it was kind of fun. This is why you'll never see me working in a haunted house. LOL. I'm not. getting a concussion. Sorry. I still feel sorry for the person. And if the person ever happens to come across this live stream and watch all the way to this point, I am so sorry that I decked you, man. I didn't know you put your hands up, so I thought you were gonna come at me. But it was good times. San Antonio's good times. You haven't seen bad driving until you come to South Texas. I take that away right away, Mike. You haven't seen bad driving till you come to Phoenix. And if Ray's still here, he can back that. People here can't drive. They can't. Nobody uses turn signals. People will literally cut. Like, they'll drive on the far right lane. If the road has like 3 lanes of traffic on each side, a car will be on the far right lane. And just before they get to the street they're supposed to make a left at a 4-way stoplight, they will cut 2 lanes to get into that left lane. Not care. And they don't signal. They don't wait for an opportunity. They just start going faster and then they just cut across all these cars. This is why insurance here in Phoenix is high. For the vehicle that we have, it's a 2017. It's a 2017 model, and just for that, insurance is $364. Yeah, it's $364 a month just for one vehicle. But insurance is really high here. There's a lot of accidents here, so people drive bad here because they think they're all NASCAR racers. People here, they can't signal, they can't negotiate left turns or right turns. They can't parallel park. They can't maintain speed. And then on top of that, it gets absolutely worse the moment it drops rain. The moment water hits the road, people just don't know how to drive. They slide all over the road like freaking penguins because, they don't understand about, vehicles astroplaning on water when it first rains, right? The roads get slick. Going from dry ground to a wet ground, there is actually like a little bit of a gap between your tire and the actual road for a moment. And so when you're doing that and you hit the brakes, you're going to slide. They drive here like 70. Our speed is 65, but they cut people off on our interstates. But we have the lowest insurance rates in the Northeast. At least most people drive normally here. They drive through all the seasons. People see a single flake of snow in Vegas and there's a pile of crashes. It's like that here. I mean, what was it? This past winter when I went up to Flagstaff with my kids, took them to go see snow for the first time. We stopped off at a pizza joint and had dinner in the evening time. And it was scary, scary for my girlfriend because she's never driven on snow before. And I was like coaching her from the passenger seat, like what to do. And so we left the pizza joint we were driving. We were at a 4-way stoplight, 2 lanes turning left. And so I told her, I was like, don't hit the gas hard. Just let off the brake as you start rolling forward. Just lightly tap the gas to get yourself going. And I told her when you get to the turn, like, do not hit your brakes at all. Do not brake during the turn. I told her, take the turn slow, just go 5 miles an hour. Like, you know what? Be safe. Then sorry. The guy next to us, obviously never driven on snow before, so he's going about the same speed as us. He's going slow. However, when we get out into the street, just as we're about to turn left, because there's like a median in the cross section, we're about to turn left, he hit his brakes. So then his car basically kind of turned, but slid forward at an angle. And he was panicking. He didn't know what to do. He was already starting to freak out. He didn't turn into the direction of the skid to try and level himself out. He was still continuing to hit his gas. So obviously he was feeding power into his tires. So he was going. And he ended up down in a ditch. If the snowplow doesn't come, you got to drive in packs of snow and you got to know how to handle that. Yeah, I've driven in snow when I lived in Oklahoma many, many times, especially during the blizzard. Kind of like driving in the snow in New York City. Yeah. But y'all same here. When it snows, people go crazy. And when it's icy, people drive way too fast. But no one here cares. It's not really the same here. People are easygoing with snow. Yeah, here people just don't know how. That black ice is, yes, it is. It is. It is. And like, I always tell people that I know who drive Like, they don't know what black ice is, and I told them the ice is not the color black. It's just called black ice because the roads are black and ice is clear and you can't see it. And it usually accumulates on like little bridges. So like when you're driving down like in Oklahoma on Highway 60 between Lawton and Altus, there's like 4 different bridges. They're not over any big ravines or anything like that, but they kind of go over like, you know, small sized ditches and stuff like that. But moisture builds on that bridge and then freezes overnight. So by the morning, it's iced out. And when you kind of feel your car skid because you hit that black ice, if you start turning your wheel really quick, you're going to spin. And when it snows, they tell us here to stay 6 feet behind the snowplow, but no one listens. Yeah. It's just like I was telling that lady when we went to go visit my dad on New Year's. We went to Oklahoma. We was driving to Lawton, and I told her, I was like, you know, because, you know, she still doesn't have that much time driving on ice and snow. I told her to stay at least 4 to 5 car lengths behind the car in front of her. So kind of measure the distance of like what a car length would be, and then stay about 4 times that distance, which is a pretty big distance, but it gives her enough time to respond to anything. You know, if she presses the brakes and starts to slide, you know, she can recover enough time to where she doesn't hit somebody. We got hit. Luckily, they didn't damage our car, but we got hit from someone behind us because they wanted to tailgate. So when we started to brake for a red light, they started to brake because they saw our lights, but they were too close to us that by the time we stopped, they kept going. They slid right into the back of us and just like bumped us just barely. And I was like, then they took off because they were scared. Obviously, they probably didn't have insurance on their car. But yeah, I mean, stuff like that happens. And I was walking down my driveway to my friend's mom's car with a Galaxy S Tab original, and I broke it. Everyone in the car laughed at me. Wow, cool, because you slipped? And that's a part of the reason why our roads are so crappy, because our winter months are crappy. It figures. Yeah, winter can be kind of tough. And that's probably the only good thing about Phoenix is that we don't have roads freeze over here. Yeah, congratulations on getting your license. Now I know when I go to Wisconsin not to drive. Latrell will be on the road all crazy and everything, fast and furious like Dominic Toretto. I can see it now. I go to visit, can't find Latrell at his house. He's in downtown Kenosha with a crowd of people behind him, and he's telling somebody, "You almost had me. You never had me. You never had your car. Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should." I'm sorry, Latrell. I'm putting Latrell in all kinds of situations. You be telling that person, it don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. And so is the Pixel 6. Yeah, it's cool that you can do that. I mean, I really shouldn't be promoting those types of things, but it's cool that you have. Here, I wouldn't recommend anybody trying to drive here without a driver's license, only because the cops here, they are looking for people to stop so they can give tickets or impound vehicles. Like, they literally come up on you. You can tell. You be driving, you could be going the speed limit, not doing anything wrong, watching, you know, your surrounding traffic, not paying attention to your phone. You could be driving good, and a cop will still roll up, switch lanes and roll up right behind you just so they can run your plates to see if you have insurance. They are looking to lock people up. So can't do it here. Like, my license was suspended for street racing years ago, and I am little by little taking care of all those tickets and everything, those fines that have accumulated over years. That way I can go and get my license back. And I'll tell you right now, like, there are a few times that I drove. I mean, I posted the video when I was driving the Scion. I dropped my lady off to work and took the car back home. I didn't have a license when I was driving that. I don't have a license right now. My license has been suspended for a good amount of time. So, and I'll tell that to any young person out there. Like, you maybe want to, you know, go hot dog in your car and everything like that. When you start racking up tickets, take care of your tickets. Don't be irresponsible like I was in my 20s. And I thought, I don't need to take care of them. And then all of a sudden, I get stopped, and they're like, yeah, your license is gone. They took a little hole puncher, like paper puncher, and they punched a hole in my license to show that it's no good. I was like, dang. But the cop was cool though. He was like, because I got pulled over on the highway. I was traveling to my dad's for Christmas, and he was like, I don't want you staying out here all night. Get to your dad's, and then call Texas DPS and work it out with them. What's going on with your license? And they let me go. I mean, the vehicle had insurance though. Here in Arizona, you can't have insurance unless you have a license. So that's what sucks. My dad said the first time I drove, we went through a roundabout, which I remember in his Buick Sabre, and said I killed it. Police mostly don't care if you don't have a license as long as you have a permit. Yeah, well, it's going to take me probably another couple of thousand to pay off, and then I can get that cleared with a judge, and then I can go to apply for my license here. I'll have to do the whole thing all over again, which I'm totally fine with. Like, I'd have to go in and take the written test and then do the driving test, I believe. I have to go through all that again, which is no problem. Oh, wow. You will never drive again after that? Driving's okay. Things happen, you know what I mean? Yeah, it does take too long to do anything at a DMV. I know my lady definitely wants me to get my license back because it would help her out. We saw another car not far from here that was for sale for $1,000, but somebody else was selling a 2008 Honda Civic for $600, private seller. So I know she wants to get another vehicle, and she's like, she keeps getting on my case about it, like, get your license back. I'm like, yeah, I'll get my license back. So anyways, guys, I've been on a lot longer than I was supposed to. I started rambling on. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Sunday live stream. Appreciate you guys for being here and everything, being supporters. You just tuned in, but is Visible worth it? If Verizon's good in your area, like Verizon 4G LTE, not 3G, but if the LTE and the 5G is good in your area with Verizon, Visible will be all right. And it's not bad at all because you can get unlimited everything for like $25, right? You join someone's party pay, your bill's going to be $25 instead of $40, and it's $25 with taxes and fees included, so it's not anything additional. You get unlimited talk, text, you get unlimited data. There's no throttling, there's no deprioritization on Visible. You're just getting it. Unlimited data and then unlimited hotspot. So there's no limitation. It's not like you get unlimited everything and 35 gigs of hotspot. Like, you can use 100 gigabytes of hotspot. You're okay. For $25, that's actually pretty good. It just depends if Verizon works good in your area. $600, what's the issue? I didn't go and check out the car. Because that's the first thing that I would do. Anytime it's a private seller, I'll check out the car. Like, not just go over there, talk to them, look to see if the title's clean and if it's not a salvage title, or and besides using something like Carfax, I'll actually test drive the vehicle. But what I would do is test drive the vehicle, take it back to my place, and just inspect the motor, check things out, check the mileage, transmission, all the vacuum lines, everything like that. I used to work on cars, so I would go through all that, and then I would know if if there's an issue, why it's $600. Yeah, I just bought an e-bike and an e-scooter that goes 20 miles an hour. Those are cool. Those are fun. So it's gonna be your main focus of using until it gets cold. The e-bike costed you $2,000, and the e-scooter costed $1,700. I mean, those things are cool. It's clean energy, right? You're not pumping out fumes into the air. And you can get to where you're going, and you can go places that cars can't go. And you can always find parking. Parking is easy to find with those things, right? Find a bike rack, chain your bike up, or lock your scooter up to it, right? You don't have to like drive around in a lot over and over and over again trying to find a parking space. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I'm like starting to fade here. Medicine's kicking in. I need to go to sleep. So yeah, y'all be cool. Videos coming y'all's way this week, and I'll see you guys next Friday for the live stream for the Aloha Friday Live. See you guys then. Y'all be cool. Have a good night. Y'all be cool. Love you guys very much. Be safe out there. Peace.